Hey everyone, so 9.1 is less than 1 week away, and with it comes a bunch of changes to the Covenant system and classes, and your spec and current Covenant might not be BIS anymore and you'll need to change. So, as everybody else, you are jumping over to the next Covenant and you're probably at level 0. So today we're going to talk about how to grind your Renown up the quickest way possible to get to level 40 in time for 9.1. And when 9.1 hits, I'll be pushing out a bunch of videos and some mythic gameplay and guides as well. So if you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button and write a comment. And let's jump right in. So Blizzard has done their best thing that they always do and changed up the Covenant system, and as promised they said they might have a Covenant swap, so you wouldn't have to grind Renown, but as of yet this hasn't happened, so you are left probably with a Covenant that is no longer best and you need to switch. So how are you going to grind that Renown? So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about it step by step, and we're going to imagine that you have literally just changed and you are at 0 Renown. If you are a little bit higher on the Renown system and you're a bit higher levels, you can skip, and I'll put a timeline in the description and you'll be able to see on the little video bar what level and level range you'll need to get and what you'll need to do for it. So let's start with obviously the Covenant campaign. So the very first thing you want to do is do the Covenant campaign until you get to Renown 2 and you get to unlock the weekly quests, command table and things like that. Don't do any of the weekly quests yet, that will come a little bit later. So the next thing you want to be doing is actually picking up the quest, which will be the 1000 anima and the 5 souls. It's only 5 because you've just switched to a brand new Covenant and you don't have that increased system. You can do them, but do not hand them in, they will come even later on. And this is where the fun really begins, because what you're going to have to do is spam normal dungeons, and you're going to be doing that up until Renown level 8. The Plaguefall dungeon is the best because you get to skip the first and second boss and you go straight to third, and then you do the fourth one and then you can redo them. I found quite a few dungeon grinding groups on the Dungeon Finder, and I've made myself one and spammed in trade chat to get myself straight up to Renown level 8. Now if you are a tank or a healer you can just go straight into the Dungeon Finder, but for DPS, if there are groups available, I would definitely jump into them, because for you, you're going to be waiting 5 or 6 minutes and it's not really that efficient to do. The next thing you want to be doing is, once you hit Renown level 8, you're going to be spamming some more dungeons. So as I've been showing on the screen, you're going to be spamming heroic dungeons. So same again, find yourself a group, or if you're a tank or healer, just jump into the group finder and spam dungeons. But as I say, Plaguefall is still the best. There is something about the Halls of Atonement if you're Venthi and Druid, but some people might not know that skip, so we'll imagine that that doesn't exist, and we're just going to keep spamming that Plaguefall up until you get to Renown level 20. And I know there's a lot of spamming so far, but bear with me, this is probably the most boring thing you can do, but it is the most efficient and you will grind it quite quickly. So the next thing you want to be doing is getting to Renown level 20 through heroics, and then what you want to do is do all the callings that reward Renown. Now probably if you haven't done any of the callings and you've just switched, you hopefully should have all 3 of them ready to go. So make sure you do all of them, because at this level most of them will give Renown, so double check and find out which ones are. If the ones that aren't doing it, you can still do it for the chance of some gear if you're low geared, or some materials, but other than that, avoid the ones that don't give Renown. So hopefully you're either between level 21 to 23 Renown by now because of the callings, depending on how lucky you get. And guess what you need to do now? You need to grind the raids, starting with LFR and then doing all the other difficulties as much as you can possibly do, depending on your gear level and depending on how high you can get them in. If you can do all the ones from LFR, normal, heroic and mythic, I know it's a bit of a grind, that'll take you the longest amount of time, but that is the most efficient. And hopefully with the LFR, at least for DPS, it will be a little bit longer. And you'll probably, each raid section, you'll probably get maybe 1 or 2 Renown, but that is still the fastest way to do it. And then jump to normal and then do heroic and then do mythic. This probably will be the biggest part of the entire guide, because you're going to need to spend probably 5 or 6 hours plus, depending on what difficulty level you get to. This will take the longest, but this will be the best for Renown. So by that point you want to be looking to get at least 28 to 30 Renown, depending on how lucky you get with the raids. And if you are saved for raids, you can go back to spamming heroics or mythic plus, but that will take you a little bit longer. But once you get to that Renown level range, 28 to 30, then you want to pick up the weekly souls mission that requires 15 souls. That's only possible if you did not turn in the 5 souls quest. So like we said at the beginning, you don't want to hand it in, just complete it. And the same now, you want to pick that up, but you don't want to complete it yet. And then after that, you get to go do the world boss. So hopefully you haven't completed it yet, but if you have completed it and you haven't got the renown, maybe you've done it on the Covenant from previous and then you've just switched and you don't have that opportunity, you can spam a few more mythics or heroics or LFR or whichever raid difficulty you want to do to get that extra 1 renown. And then after that, what you want to be doing is every single campaign quest. So you should have campaign level 3 up to level 9, and hopefully you will get 1 renown for every single campaign section that you complete. And then also you're going to do all the weeklies. So by this point you'll have a 5 souls quest, a 15 souls quest, 1k anima, and hopefully they will give you 3 renown on top of the extra campaign quest renown benefits that you get. And then hopefully after you've done all of this and you followed it word by word and you've done everything that you can possibly can in this guide, you should be between level 38 and 40 renown by now. So if you don't want to wait and get a few more callings before reset, because 9.1 comes out either on Tuesday or Wednesday depending on where you are in the world, and hopefully by then you'll get a few more days of calling quests with renown. But if you don't get that and you really want it right now, you're going to have to do Mythic Plus, because that's the only meaningful way you can get them. At this point at level 38 renown, you're not going to get any from heroics for a very long time, and the raids you won't get much, so the best thing to do now is spam Mythic Plus. Now I know if you are a low geared character you're not going to have that opportunity, but if you are a high mythic raider you're not going to have a problem with this. And to do this, obviously level 40 renown is the maximum right now, and you want to be getting to level 40 renown before you unlock the next Covenant campaign in the 9.1 patch, which comes out next week. Now what you could do is, if you wanted to wait until reset, you can get the extra souls quest and the anima quest, which will give you an extra 1 renown each, which hopefully should get you to level 40. But that will put you behind a little bit, because that should get you to 41 and 42 hopefully, ready for when the next patch comes out. And it's all about catching up, and it's all about making sure that you're the most optimal character you can possibly be. So the idea is for this guide to follow through and through from start to finish. You will get yourself up to renown level 40. And that's it. So a lot of grinding. You guys have got a lot of work alongside me, because I'm leveling a mage arcane Kyrian, and my Kyrian is level I think 9 by now, so I'm not even all the way through yet, but I'm on my way to grinding it. So I'm on this journey with you, but I wanted to share it now because it is Thursday and there's only a few more days before you get to 9.1. But I will see you in 9.1. I hope you enjoy your time there. I hope there's lots of content for you to finish and complete, and with your guild or by yourself, new Torghast stuff and new quests and everything, so there's a bit for everybody's fancy. And as I said, I'm going to be putting out a bunch of guides and gameplay footage and tutorials and mythic raiding, because we're going to push for cutting edge this tier. The guild only got to 5 out of 10 last tier, but we're going to go really hard and get that 10 out of 10. So if you want to see that footage from all different angles, from different characters, because I'm a bit of an autoholic, and if you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button, please hit that thumbs up button, and write a comment. Did you follow it to the letter? Was there things that I missed? Was there an easier way to do it? Please let me know. But as always, I am your host, Ri-Fi. Thank you very much for watching the video. I love you all, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye. Good luck.